Alright, so this is our aquaponics system in one of our greenhouses, and so we capture the water that comes off the roof of the greenhouse, and then we can store that water in a pond that's inside the greenhouse. And that pond acts as thermal mass, so during the daytime the water in the pond heats up, and then at nighttime that heat is convected into the rest of the greenhouse. The pond sits at the lowest point in the greenhouse, so that heat then rises up, and then as it cools off it falls back down, so it creates natural convective loops to help distribute the heat. And then on top of our pond we have a solar pool cover, which basically helps keep the heat in and also helps prevent water from evaporating and creating condensation problems inside the greenhouse. And then so we can grow more fish in a smaller area, we filter the water through two separate types of aquaponics systems. We have an ebb and flow system, which is basically a big tank that fills up, and then once it fills up, the water is siphoned out of the tank with a bell siphon. And then we have a floating system with plants on styrofoam mats, and the roots hang down into the water. Plants are growing in what's called net pots, and the combination of gravel, we use an aggregate called it's an expanded shale. It's called staleite, and it's expanded shale. And then that aggregate has bacteria that grows on the outside of it. The bacteria help convert the ammonia to nitrates and nitrites, which then the plants can absorb. And then the plants and the bacteria together help filter the water so that it's cleaner for the fish. And the ebb and flow system is good at taking solids out. The floating system, some of the solids settle out in the floating system, so they're both used to remove the solids and the ammonia out of the water. And then we have a oxygen tank here in case the power goes out. There's the solenoid on the tank here that is triggered to go on, and then that will pump oxygen into the pond to keep the fish alive in case the whole system, in case electricity goes out, and so the fish won't die, because they're very dependent upon the circulation of that water once they reach a high density. So we use this pond to overwinter the babies, so it's kind of like a nursery pond. So we overwinter the fingerlings in here, and we leave a couple adults in here through the winter time to reproduce. Then we overwinter the fingerlings, and then when our larger ponds warm up, then we can take those babies, those fingerlings, and transfer them to the larger ponds where we can grow them out to size a lot cheaper.